All right, y'all. We back with another reaction right here on ABP Reactions. And I know a lot of y'all be asking, whatever happened to Beats by Dre? Speakers was taking over the game, headphones was taking over the game, but it seems it all got quiet. So this video right here we about to react to is called What Happened to Beats by Dre? Let's find out, y'all.
It seems like just yesterday, every music video, movie, and celebrity was promoting Beats by Dre. I mean, to be honest, when I was a kid, there was nothing I wanted more than a new pair of Beats headphones. But nowadays, it's pretty hard to find someone wearing Beats, and it seems like the brand has almost vanished into thin air, which has left me with a few questions like, why was everyone and their mom wearing Beats? How come every single popular artist was wearing them? And whatever happened to the iconic brand Beats by Dre? Well, it turns out that Beats might not be the great headphones you remember them to be, and to understand why, we gotta go back to the beginning. Beats by Dre obviously were created by Dr. Dre, who is an extremely successful rapper and producer. He's well known for working with artists like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, and more. As a producer, it gave him obviously a lot of credibility when it comes to audio quality, so it made perfect sense why people would be interested in buying his headphones. So he decided to partner up with the record executive Jimmy Iovine, who described Dr. Dre as a sound connoisseur, someone who had spent an entire career in the studio working with music and beats.
And if you don't know Jimmy Iovine, legendary music exec, he was over Interscope Records up until Apple bought Beats by Dre. I think he stepped down like 2014.
I said, Dre, we need to do something. Because he was going on about that 50 Cent was selling millions of sneakers. So I said, Dre, man, this is not us. Nobody cares what sneakers you wear. Screw sneakers. Let's do speakers. Let's get into sound, right?
Yeah, that's smart.
It's really how this company was built.
They said that there were two main problems with the audio and overall music industry, and they said it was because of poor audio because of pirated music, as well as Apple's earbuds having really poor quality. This is back when everyone was using the iPod and the headphones that just came with it. Remember when we used to get earbuds for free? The good old days? But he was saying that the younger generation also just had no clue about audio quality and what they were actually missing out on.
Why did they stop giving us the shit for free, man? And then they started charging us $200 for AirPods. No. Start putting that shit back in the box, because now y'all charging us $1,500 for a phone, $2,000 for a phone. At least y'all could throw in a damn AirPods for free. Goddamn, y'all rate, and y'all took away the chargers. Y'all give us the cord still, but y'all took away the back. Like, goddamn.
From 15 to 30, 25% knew the difference between a $100 speaker and a $1,000 speaker. They are just not even tuned into sound. And most of it is for two reasons. One of them is the laptop, and the other is the earbud. That Apple earbud that 8 million people get every quarter, that we all watch and salivate over, that he's making all that money, but the earbud that they stay with takes the emotion out of music.
And to be honest, there weren't too many headphone brands that were like killing the game back at this time.
Before the Sony Walkman debuted in 1979, headphones were mainly a utility used by
the Walkman back in the day. How many of y'all had a Walkman and a CD player? Y'all remember the CD player? And it was like if you move too fast or you hit a bump, it's gonna skip. The little one you walk around with at school. Then they came out with like the non-skip CD players, but those still skip too.
Military and professional sound engineers. And that's pretty much where consumer headphone technology stayed until October 23rd, 2001.
And we are introducing a product today called iPod. You can take your whole music library with you right in your pocket.
Now, to be fair, there were other MP3 players on the market at the time, but the $399 classic iPod and those white earbuds became a sort of status symbol.
So Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine's master plan was to create a high-quality pair of headphones that would allow listeners, especially the younger generation, to experience the music the way it was intended to be listened to. Or at least that's what their marketing campaign was. Originally, Beats partnered with an audio and video component company called Monster Cable, and with them they created the first ever pair of Beats headphones.
Damn, I remember that.
Headphones. Back in 2008.
I remember those cables when they used to come with it, the red cable, Monster Cable. I forgot all about that part. but then they got them out the paint.
Headphones were focused on a bass-heavy sound and advertised as a studio-quality pair of headphones. Eventually, they came out with newer and better headphones, as well as the Beats Pill, which was a wireless speaker.
The
I'm not
Beats
sure
Pill
if
was
these speakers
lit.
were ever nearly as popular as other speaker companies like
Beats Pill
JBL,
was
but
lit.
they were still pretty cool. And they also had these goofy little pill characters voiced by celebrities doing their ads.
They're small.
Small? I'm 7.5 inches of heaven, mother.
They're loud.
Yeah, we're speakers. We supposed to be loud, dummy.
Hey, everybody wanted a Beats Pill. If you didn't have one, I had one. But shout out to Beats by Dre, because this when they office was in Santa Monica out here, like right across from Def Jam and Interscope office. They had an office. And they was calling all the artists to come up there, and they was gifting everybody when Beats by Dre first came out. And this is where I was managing a lot of artists, and they was gifting everybody the headsets and the pills in the bag. You get a free pair of Beats by Dre headphones and a pill. And yeah, I was like, man, I had a black one, an all black one. I missed that pill, man. I missed that pill.
They love talking trash.
A plug-in speaker? It's done. Yo, can I borrow your pager and your acid wash jeans?
Can I borrow your 8
There go my pill right there, brother. That's it.
ball jacket?
One of their biggest marketing moments was sending Beats to Olympic athletes. In 2008, they hooked LeBron up with a pair, who then asked for pairs for the entire Olympic basketball team. Then in 2012, in a bit more of a controversial moment, Beats sent headphones to British athletes and many more like Michael Phelps. Technically, you aren't really supposed to do this, and some people were upset because, they're trying to protect their sponsors, but Beats never really got into any official trouble. Regardless, Beats by Dre were selling like hotcakes. The market for headphones at this time spiked from 59 million units sold and $490 million in revenue at the end of 2008, which is the year that Beats by Dre launched, to 68.7 million units sold and a revenue of $648 million the following year.
There you go.
Beats by Dre really amplified the premium headphone market and kind of created a market that wasn't fully there. By 2013, Beats was valued at $1 billion.
Damn.
And if you weren't around back then, let me tell you, everybody was wearing Beats.
I've been to
Everybody.
like 3 different continents in the last, like 2 or 3 months, and like all I see is Beats by Dre on ears, on planes in Vietnam and Jamaica.
Everybody. This move made Dr. Dre, he was already a musical genius, but this elevated, and that's so smart, like seeing Jimmy Iovine say that. Why make shoes? Dr. Dre wanted to make shoes. Why make shoes? Who gives a fuck about those? Let's make shit that people will want to buy from you as a respected super producer, which is beats, sound quality shit. That's fucking genius, bro. Because I'd be like, some people be making these shoes, and you'd be like, why the fuck would I want to buy those? It's like the 50 cent shoes. It was like, huh? Nah, nigga, make some gangster shit.
In London,
It's crazy. We hit a lick, man. I'm shocked myself, man, as to how well they're doing.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep new and exciting product coming, man, so we're trying to eventually be second to Apple, and I don't think that's a bad position. We're really trying to take over everything with a speaker.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And also microphones. We're going to get involved in that also.
And probably the main driver behind that was their genius marketing. Back in the 2010s, every single big artist was promoting Beats headphones. One thing that they did was they had big artists put Beats in their music videos. Soulja Boy, Solange, Lady Gaga, Snoop Dogg, LMFAO.
Here's the part they gotta tell you though. They was paying. I remember they were offering budgets to put Beats, and some was up shit. It was depending on the artist, but I know a situation, I ain't gonna say who, but 50,000 was what we got for the promotion for the video. And another artist, we had 20,000. And when it was like a commercial, they used a song in the video. So Beats was definitely, they had a budget to play with, and they was paying to get your shit in the music videos and all that. So shout out to Beats, man. Beats definitely was doing that thing.
Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, and many more all had Beats products in their music videos. Beats also collabed with a lot of other artists, athletes, and other celebrities in their advertisement. They even did this ad with Kendrick Lamar where they made a whole song for it that was never released, and it was just made for the commercial, and fans loved it.
Classic commercial right here.
I'm a prospect, I'm a bite rat on a dock for the dope, I can dissect.
Classic commercial, man. And this is the early days of when Kendrick first got with Dre. Man, what a monumental moment this is. Like to see the growth of Kendrick Lamar come from right here in this moment, if y'all remember, to where he is today, man. Just an icon and this shit.
It's a lie.
Beats by Dre.
There's also this commercial that people love with Colin Kaepernick called Hear What You Want, where everyone was just trashing him for being a terrible quarterback, and then he puts the headphones on and just blocks it all out and locks in.
Noise cancellation.
And in the comments of all of these ads, people are ranting and raving about how much they used to love these commercials. They had every single celebrity and their moms doing these ads, which was extremely impactful, especially for the younger generation who looked up to these people, which was the main reason why it seemed like everyone wanted a pair of these headphones.
Hello? What up, Dre? Hold up, I gotta finish something. Talk to me.
All the big dogs.
On top of all that, the headphones just...
All the big dogs was doing it. Come on, man. Look, bro. Brand association. You know what I'm saying? The product placement and all the big people videos, the tight commercials, the tight director, the tight producer, super producer behind it. Come on, man. This was a recipe for greatness.
Looked crisp, clean, and had a large array of colors that you could wear. Time magazine even said the company's greatest innovation may have been its success at making headphones as much fashion accessories as they are listening devices. And by 2014, Beats controlled 70% of the market for premium headphones. And while Beats was on top of the world
70%.
and in everybody's head, it didn't last forever. 2014 is when it seemed like things started to go a bit downhill for Beats. First, they did something a little bit dumb in my opinion, and that's when they started their own streaming service called Beats Music. This is when a lot of streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music were about to pick up steam, and the era of streaming was about to be ushered in. So I guess it was sort of smart to try to get into it early. Apparently, they even hired people in the music industry, radio personalities, and songwriters to curate the music. They also acquired a bunch of smaller companies to build their own up. But eventually, none of that would matter because just months later, Apple acquired Beats for $3 billion. There have been rumors about the deal for a little, and then right before the deal went live, a video was posted to Facebook by Tyrese Gibson of Dr. Dre ecstatic that he had just become the quote-unquote first billionaire in hip-hop.
I remember that.
Billionaire Boys Club for real, homie. Huh? Fix your face. Fix your...
That headline went viral. I know if you got to remember this. This is when they announced it, how viral it went all over the social media everywhere. $1 billion Dr. Dre. It was funny because like you really didn't really hear $1 billion with blacks unless you was like Oprah or, you know, they would say Michael Jordan or something. But then when you started seeing it in hip hop, it's like Dr. Dre, $1 billion. Then after that, it seemed like Rihanna billion, Beyonce billion, this billion, Jay-Z billion. Everybody started hitting them billions. I'm like, damn, that's tight.
Know that. Oh, shit. The Forbes list just changed. They need, hey, it came out like 2 weeks ago. They need to update the Forbes list. Shit just changed.
In a big what?
Oh, my.
Understand that. Oh, my. First billionaire in hip hop, right here from the motherfucking West Coast. Believe me.
Not to ruin Dre's fun though, but I don't think his net worth actually ever technically hit $1 billion, although, you know, he's still got enough money. After Apple acquired Beats, Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine became workers at Apple. Apple laid off about 200 Beats employees, and immediately, just months after its creation, Beats Music was shut down because of the launch of Apple Music. So just like Agario...
They bullied them niggas. Well, actually, fuck it. That was kind of like a ploy, like, hey, we're gonna make this to go with our headphones so we could get more value when we sell. So, I mean, it's only how you look at it. But should they have kept Beats Music and competed with Apple Music? Let me know what y'all think of y'all opinion. A streaming platform. Should they have kept that? But then, think about it. You're competing with Apple Music, which is on every iPhone, and everybody loves iPhones. Yeah. I would have sold it too, I ain't gonna lie.
Apple ate up Beats by Dre. As years went on following the acquisition, it seemed like Beats by Dre faded away into obscurity. That paired with a couple of lawsuits, and it seemed like everything was just over for the brand. I will say that one thing it seemed like Apple tried to adopt from Beats for a little bit was their advertising strategy. Many people like to blame Apple for the reason that Beats by Dre failed, but regardless of the Apple acquisition, I actually think one of the main reasons that Beats failed was simply because the headphones really weren't that great. I used to have a pair, and I'm not an audiophile or anything, but I remember them not being that comfortable. They felt very breakable. They didn't feel too high quality, and I just couldn't wear them for a while. They just weren't that great. I also found some audiophiles on Reddit, and if you don't know what an audiophile is, it's just a bunch of huge sound nerds. No offense to the audiophiles out there, but they know their stuff, which is why most of them aren't fans of these headphones. When asked what happened to Beats on Reddit, one person said, "People realized the headphones suck." Another said, "They got huge because they had a marketing campaign based on loudness era shitty mastering practices in the recording industry. Instead of calling it out, they decided that they can fool people into thinking that headphones are at fault." Another person said, "The downfall in my opinion is when folks started to dissect Beats and found out it's no different or better than some Skull Candies or other similar products."
Damn, y'all remember Skull Candies? Skull Candies was going up for a second. What happened to Skull Candies? But yeah, I mean, hey, listen, man, everybody know it was extreme guerrilla marketing with the Beats by Dre. Come on, man, Jimmy Iovine, Dr. Dre alone, like, how many people will want to, easy call, hey, send me a pair, send me a pair, send me a pair, send me a pair. I'll wear them, I'll take a picture of them, I'll do this, I'll do that. Like, and then, yeah, come on, man. It's like, that's a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer move. Smart move.
Products. They weren't that much better once you got your hands on some, and then you compared them to the lower priced options, and you realize it's just a status symbol. Which was true. Beats were 100% a status symbol at the time, like the article I mentioned earlier that said they were just a fashion accessory to many people. The quality on these headphones compared to the other types of headphones on the market nowadays is just night and day. I may not have noticed it back then when I was like 12 years old, but the audio quality is quite different. So like I said, Beats continue to fade into obscurity. So quite simply, the main reason Beats didn't work is because their marketing campaign couldn't last forever and they didn't evolve as much as their competitors, which is largely thanks to Apple. Nowadays, we live in a time where everyone can look up reviews on headphones and find out that there are much better options for less money. On top of that, the other companies like Bose.
Man, Bose sent me a pair of headphones, y'all, recently. It's supposed to be their new headphones. It was called like the Ace, whatever. I guess the shit, hold on, they're right here actually. You know what I mean? Sonos. Sonos sent this. My bad, Bose. Sonos sent these, their headphones. It was called the Ace. Man, about a month in, they started messing up, popping, all that. I'm like, bro, all these motherfucking headphone companies are the same. It's all about just marketing and branding. But they all be bullshit. A lot of them be bullshit. But what I do love in the gym is my Apple AirPods. I love those with the noise cancellation. I do fuck with those. I ain't gonna lie.
Sony and more started taking over the headphone game. And by the time that the AirPods came out in late 2016, Apple began their domination of the audio game. I don't know about you guys, but it feels to me that everyone switched to wireless earbuds thanks to Apple. Pretty much everyone I know had or has AirPods. And honestly, the word AirPods almost became synonymous with wireless earbuds. Except for that brief phase where everyone was wearing those like around the neck headphones that were wireless. And
hell no.
You know what I'm saying? Like those were kind of weird. I never really liked those. I mean, think about it. Why would you spend like $300 on some bulky headphones when for like half the price you can get some convenient wireless earbuds that you can wear anywhere? And that's
the AirPod Pros. I would definitely suggest those. I done had 3 pair of AirPod Pros, not because they were bullshit, because I lost the first 2, and I've been holding on to my third ones for a long time now, about since last Christmas. Haven't lost them yet. So yeah, I would definitely suggest them. They're great. They haven't started popping. They haven't messed up. Yeah, I fuck with them.
That's why by 2021, Apple had the majority of market share when it came to headphones. And if you fast forward to today, now it seems like everyone's buying Apple's headphones, the AirPod Maxes. And I'm not gonna lie, I fell for the propaganda too. I know they aren't that great quality wise, and they're not like the best headphones on the market, and they're a bit overpriced, but I just think these are sleek. I can't lie. Regardless, no one was really wearing over-ear headphones at this time, and if you were, there's a great chance that it wasn't Beats. Apple was all in on AirPods, and Beats were more so an afterthought at this time, as again, they were a subsidiary of Apple. Around this time, Beats did put out some wireless over-ear headphones, but there were just better brands at the time, and that's really why Beats fell off. But it seems as if Beats is trying to make a comeback. Right now, it seems like, despite going under the radar for a while, Beats is trying to make a comeback, and with Apple backing the company, I wouldn't be too surprised if it worked out. Lately, they've been going back to their roots, collaborating with pop culture people like Skepta, LeBron James, and Lil Wayne. They even partnered with Minecraft to make some sick-ass creeper headphones. On top of that, they have actually seen a decent amount of growth these last couple of years, and I think that's mostly due to sales from the Power Beats, which are unique in their own right. It seems though that they've changed up their target audience a bit from the younger generation, just like everybody in general, and more so to athletes, fitness people, and fans of hip-hop. I mean, if you go to their page, they got Shohei Ohtani wearing the headphones on the very front, so clearly they're going for more of an athletic crowd these days.
Hey man, I'm not mad at that. Shit, it's the same company. Nigga, Apple own Beats and Apple own AirPods. Shit, what the fuck? What am I doing? I'm not competing with myself. Obviously, I'm gonna make these for this demographic, and I'm gonna make these. So if I'm going for the sports, the hook behind the ear, and that's my whole sales pitch, that these ain't gonna fall out while you're doing sports, while you're playing training and all that, and you're going for the athletic lane, go for it. Joggers, everybody will buy that. Because that's one thing I will say. If your ears get sweaty in the gym type shit, they will slip out sometimes. So, and fall. So if you got these right here that hook behind your ear, yeah, I think people who had that issue with AirPods where they slipped out their ear, they'll fuck with these.
When the current CEO was asked if he thought they were rebels against the Apple ecosystem, he made it seem like they were fine with targeting that audience, while Apple was left to dominate the rest of the mainstream headphone industry. He did admit that Beats by Dre fell off for a bit, but that they are going to revamp all of their products. Beats headphones have definitely improved to try to keep up with the current headphone technology, but they're definitely not the top dogs anymore. This was a recent interview from last year, so who knows, maybe Beats will make some killer headphones soon and get some more market share in the headphones industry. Regardless, Beats were still an iconic moment in pop culture that helped shift the audio market as we know it. Also, fun fact, will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas said he invested a lot in Beats early and made millions from being a shareholder. If you like this video, you might like my video about what happened to Vivo.
That's tight, man. All right. There it is, man. Beats by Dre's. Beats by Dre's, once the most popular headphones in the culture, in hip-hop, everywhere, man. You couldn't go nowhere without seeing Beats by Dre's, without people wearing them. Everybody wanted them for Christmas. Everybody wanted them for their birthdays. It was the most hot and that all makes sense, you know what I mean? Once Apple came in and say, hold on, slow down. We're going to cash you out. We're going to buy y'all. We're going to put y'all in a tuck. Take y'all technology, enhance it, and put out our own shit. Boom, boom, boom. But we still own that, too. And we're just going to bring this back with a different approach. And we're going to keep that going, too. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, it's a monopoly, bro. It's a monopoly. Let me know what y'all think, though. Will y'all still cop Beats by Dre? And if y'all got AirPods, what do y'all think about AirPods? And what's your favorite headphones? What's your worst headphones? Let's talk about it in the goddamn comment section right now. If you got some disgruntled shit you want to say about headphones from a certain brand, air them niggas out in the comment section right now, man. I'm going to give y'all 2 seconds to smash a like. And as always, get ready for the next reaction.